Right now, the FPV drone industry has hundreds, if not thousands of different drones to choose from. We're talking different sizes, shapes, power, carrying abilities, safety features, you name it. Now, although this variety of difference is a beautiful thing to have, it also poses a significant issue. This issue is actually summed up into a singular question that just so happens to be the most asked question in the entire universe. Or just the hobby. That question though, is what FPV drone should I buy? I always see different YouTubers making their own videos trying their absolute best to address such an open-ended question. However, because everyone's actually got their own opinions, go figure, often there is a difference between one YouTuber's recommended drone and another's. So I've gone ahead and rounded up some of the best FPV YouTubers, all to ask them one question and put it in one place. So without any further ado, my question for today is as follows. If you could only pick one FPV drone to fly, what would your hands down favorite quad ever be? Alright, let's get into it.
Hello everyone, it's Ian from Mads Tech, and my favourite quad to fly is this. Now this is actually a bit of a relic from the past. It is based on a frame from a company called Thug FPV. For those who remember them, they used to make some really solid FPV frames. I can't remember which model this one is, but it really is quite a compact 5-inch frame, certainly not as big as the frames you see today. What I like about this frame though is that it is absolutely solid. It has really thick arms. You can see it's got a single carbon fiber bottom plate, and then you've got single carbon fiber arms running side to side. We've got a double stack on the top end, so we've got a high level at the front for the camera and then a low level for the flight stack and VTX. It is a bit of a challenge to build up this quad. You can just get a Vista in the back if you wanted to. I'm currently running it with analog FPV. We've got a T-Rex camera up front from Foxeer, and then we've got the Unify Pro from TBS in the back. Now, motor-wise, I've got some really old ones from DYS. They're called the SE2205s, and they're race edition motors, and I was sent these probably 4 years ago, maybe more, to review on the channel, and I had 4 that were sent to me, and I bought some extras for spare, and because I haven't really damaged any, I'm still able to use them. They're oldies, but they're goodies, and in the end, what this quad is a lightweight quad that flies really well. You can chuck it around. It really is easy to chuck around, especially in tight places, low level, and you really do notice the weight on quads like this compared to what you find with some of the more modern 03 ones. When you go back to something that really is very lightweight and compact, it just gives you a lot more agility.
Hi there everyone, my name's Chris Rosser and I'm an FPV YouTuber and the chief designer at AOS RC. And if I could only fly one drone, it would be this one, the AOS 5 Evo. And this is a lightweight and versatile 5-inch freestyle drone. You can fit just about any electronics you can imagine into this drone. But that's not the main reason that I'm excited to fly it. The primary focus of this frame is in flight performance and vibration and resonance management. So you can see the truss structure here for the arms. This is designed to make the frame super stiff to certain modes of vibration, to push those vibrations up in frequency and separate them out, making them easier to filter in the flight controller. And the result of that is that if you're someone who likes to tune their drone, you can run less filtering, so less delay, and you can increase your PID gains to get a sharper, snappier stick response and much better prop wash handling. And the design of the AOS 5 allows you to push that process further than you can on any other frame. So this frame is going to give you the best possible flight performance, and that's what I love so much about it. So if I could only fly one drone, it would be this one.
Brody's asked what your favourite quad is.
Oh, I didn't see you there, hun. My favourite quad? Sorry, I was just mowing the lawn. Oh, it's just here, actually. Oh, this? Oh, this is nothing. It's just the Luma 55. This is my favourite quad right now. I'm enjoying cruising with this at the beach. Cruising long times with the Luma 55. It flies forever and always, and I like using it. If you wouldn't mind, sorry. I'm just gonna get back to it.
Okay.
All right, back to it.
Thank you.
No worries. I mean, in all seriousness, no, there's a lot of things that I do genuinely like about this quad. I like flying for a long time. I like chilling and cruising. I go on hot beach dates with my hot babe and chill at the hot beach, and I take this thing with me and it's mental. It's cooked. I love it. I love just cruising. I pop it up there, DJI goggles, I cruise, hang out with the pelicans for a little bit, take my goggles off, kiss my babe, and just keep on my way. And I love this. I don't have to worry too much about doing a cool trick or a trippy spin that no one's ever seen before. I can just cruise up in the sky like a bird and get that feeling of flight. And it's just something that I love and I don't get with many other quads. So the 5.5 Luma, that 35, yeah, it's mine.
Okay, Brody and Brody YouTube family. So the question is, if I could pick one drone, what would it be and why? So I'm going to kind of take a bit of a cop out here and go for a drone that doesn't exactly exist, but the airframe will be something between a JS1 and a JS2. I have some ideas in mind for what I would do for that. It's actually something I plan to do in November. So some kind of frame along those lines. It's going to have red anodized titanium bolts, a custom polycarbonate canopy painted in Millennium Jade. Look that up and you'll see what that looks like. It's a beautiful color. And then with that, I'm going to pair it up with a Radio Master TX17X Max, also painted in Millennium Jade with red accents. For the goggles and video system, it'll be HD0. Because I want to keep the canopy quite a nice shape, I'm probably going to go for the Race V3 at the moment because that's the smallest I believe you can get, and it's also been really reliable in my experience. For ESC FC, it'll be the Foxeer H7 and the Foxeer 60 amp Slim. It's just a really reliable setup that works amazing, whether it's hot or cold. You can just send it with crazy motor options and it'll handle it really, really well. With that, motors, it'll be probably a Raptor V2 or maybe even a custom motor built off of that. Maybe something that's sort of trimmed to be a bit more lightweight. Not because it's the right decision for marketing, just because if this was my one drone forever, I'm just going to go all out and make it the most insane thing. Totally not practical from a marketing standpoint, totally not something you would ever be able to sell, but it would be the ultimate setup, build it once and fly it for the rest of your life.
So this right here is a Nazgul 5-inch drone from iFlight. This is my favorite pick right now for FPV drones, just because it's kind of like the perfect size for if you're someone wanting to do a little bit of long range and some close-up stuff. This drone is a really good pick. This comes pre-installed with the GPS, so I always feel a little bit safer when I'm flying with it. And then I just mount a GoPro Hero 11 right on top. A lot of people use those 3D printed mounts, but I like the GoPro ones because you can just easily like slide the camera in and it's all good. This drone handles super well. You can do freestyle with it. And like I said, kind of just does it all. So to add on what my hands down favorite drone ever is, it's actually the same as Danny's. This is the iFlight Nazgul Evoke F5, and this is running the DJI Cadex Air unit, which is the slightly older DJI HD system. Pretty much everything on this right now though is still stock, and I've had this drone for 2.5, must be nearly 3 years now. It was my first ever 5-inch drone. I've never looked back. I bought it pre-built, pre-installed GPS in it, and I have seriously not broken a single thing with it. Like, all these arms are the stock arms, this whole frame is the stock thing. The only thing I have broken is the antenna, which isn't really part of the frame, it's just a flimsy DJI antenna, so that's replaced with a stubby antenna, and then the only other thing might have been the lens, but I can't remember if that's the case. I think I've had to replace this lens, can't remember. Other than that, not one thing's ever burnt out, and I mean, I've crashed this thing straight from 50 meters high, directly into concrete. I've literally drowned this drone 100%, like, in a lake for 3 or 4 minutes with the battery attached, and then put it in an oven for 6 hours, started it back up, and it flies fine. I will say the biggest upgrade that I've actually made to this drone, aside from just having a stubby antenna, which is so much better, you don't have the issue of having a little flexy one, is these propellers. These are the Nepal N2 propellers, and goddamn, these things make an insanely massive difference. They're also stupidly durable, like I actually cannot break them. It's fantastic. They're so bunged up, but you just bend them back in place and they keep working. So the one drone that I would fly for the rest of eternity, if it's all I had, the hands down favorite, best ever drone ever, iFlight Nazgul Evoke F5.
Hi, I'm Matt, a filmmaker and FPV drone pilot from Berlin, Germany. I do commercial work for brands, but also film for my social media channels, which means I travel a lot. So my favorite FPV drone has to fulfill 3 things. First, it has to have the power of a freestyle FPV copter to carry a full-size GoPro. Second, it must have the advantages of an Cinewhoop, so I can fly through tight gaps. Third, it has to be small but still have a good quality and be lightweight. My FPV drone of choice is the Gap RC Cinalog 35. It has the power to carry a full-size GoPro Hero 11 Black, and it still is lightweight. It has 3.5-inch propellers. It had the Crossfire system built in, but I switched to the DJI O3 Air unit just because my whole FPV system is built on it. I take this drone everywhere I go. I shoot different kind of things. I can chase cars and still slowly fly through the forest through tight gaps. So if you are traveling a lot and need an all-rounder, this should be the drone you should go for. I can really highly recommend it. If you want to learn how to fly these drones and how to create stunning cinematic videos with it, you can have a look at our FPV drone masterclass that I've created with Fuxi. I will send Brody later on a discount code just for you, so Brody, you can put it right here. Happy flying and hopefully see you soon.
My favorite FPV drone is this guy right here. This is a 5-inch custom build. Let's see if we can focus in on that. In case you want the specs, we're running 2405 1800 kV Zing V2 motors, I believe. We got some Ethics S5 props on here. Rocking the old, just the standard, the original DJI Air unit on there. We've got a Diatone Mamba something stack in here. It's been a while since I've built this. And honestly, this is why this is one of my favorite builds, because it's just been so reliable. I've flown this over both the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans, like not in one battery pack, of course. That would be pretty crazy. I'm able to fly very smoothly with this, but it also can go fast. It can, fly in tight spaces. So I think, just the standard 5-inch, I know that's not a very exciting answer, but this would have to be my favorite quad. It's just been so reliable. In case you're wondering, this big chunk of white stuff strapped to the bottom here is, nope, it's not cocaine. Good guess though. It's actually just foam. It's just foam that I put in plastic and stuff. So it looks very similar to that. But this is a flotation device. I fly over water a lot, and the water I fly over, if you go down, you probably will never get your quad back. So I put some flotation on here. And that's another reason why I like this quad, because I just feel comfortable with it. It's very reliable, and that's got to be my favorite. That's got to be my favorite for fun. Actually, well, for work too. Now, quick mention: if we're talking my favorite kind of go-to for work, would be this guy. This one's actually brand new. I have the original Cinalog 35 version. This one is with the DJI O3, so I'm still getting this one kind of tuned in, but the 3.5-inch size, it really can do so much, especially for what you might want to be doing for commercial work. So this is kind of my go-to for that sort of thing if I'm flying around people or buildings or whatever, but especially for fun and for outdoor, speedier freestyle type of shots, definitely this 5-inch custom build. Now back to you, Brody.
Alright, and there you have it. That's the opinion of multiple FPV YouTubers telling you what their hands down favorite FPV drone is. Now if you want to know what happens when you fly like a pro FPV drone racer for 30 days straight, you can watch this video right here. Actually, just after the outro by Jacuzzi J.
Oh, cut?
Yeah, cut.
Cut now?
Yeah, you can cut it.
Cut.